that we have a moment to talk, you must understand. The city is on its deathbed. The petrification disease spreads too fast, and the puppets rampage everywhere. Nobody knows what caused the disaster. Everyone in Krat is just trying to survive. That's why I found you. Our only hope, Geppetto's puppet. We're both unique. I am able to wield the power of Ergo. Power I used to call on you. That's all I can say for now. Please, save Krat.
Hello everybody, welcome to another lovely Brendan video. I hope everybody is doing well. Why did I have a Liza P opening there? Well, I really enjoy it. It was a very good demo. Obviously that's all we've seen, but from the setup, the lore, and that little snippet of a conversation there that I just showed you with, I think Sophia was her name, basically our handmaiden in Liza P. I am very excited about it. I'm still playing Elden Ring, obviously, because I can never stop playing Elden Ring, and I love playing Elden Ring as much as I love making content, so that will never ever stop. But I am playing other games, and there's nothing wrong with that. Final Fantasy 16 is coming out soon. Actually, it's as of right now, it came out today, so if you're in the future watching this, you know what day this was recorded. But yeah, there's that. There's I still gotta finish I have to finish Breath of the Wild. I have to finish. I just finished Diablo 4. I don't think I'm going to be playing the end game as much as other people are. I know that if you're a big Diablo 4 fan, you're like, but Brendan, that's the whole point. Well, not for me. I didn't really play Diablo back in the past. Great story, really cool. I love the dark atmosphere of it, but it's not something that I will play long term. I think that if it's not like a PvP type of game, or they don't have something like a mechanic in it, like with invasions, I don't really stick around long term for it. I kind of beat the story and then move on to the next thing. If they have DLC, I'll probably play that. But a lot of the reasons why I stick with games are because they have some sort of invasion mechanic. And fun thing, actually, interesting thing, Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3 was the first kind of PvP I really played seriously, and like repetitively, constantly. I never really got into even Destiny and Destiny 2 PvP that much. I was never that good at it until I realized that I could play and do invasions in PvP content in Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, that kind of thing. Before that, I was more of a, I don't want to say casual gamer, because that kind of plays into the, what do they say, FromSoft sexual kind of thing. I watched a video about this the other day. I don't, I guess, this view of people doing invasions and wanting Dark Souls games to be not have different modes on it or different difficulties on it still makes us some sort of just I guess we're all lumped in this same category of just gatekeeping. But that's if like anybody and like any group of people, if you actually talk to them, there's a lot more nuance than that. So I'm not gonna harp on about it. But anyway, I didn't play or do PvP in either of the games before this. And taking doing invasions in Dark Souls was kind of a big risk for me. I was not ever really interested in it, and like many people I think who have some of these opinions, again, I'm not going to say all people, because people are more nuanced than that, and groups are more nuanced than just lumping a whole group of people together and saying, hey, these people are all this way, this is how they are. But I do think that there is some portion of people that hate on invaders and invasions that don't really do PvP in any type of game, and they just kind of view it as like, oh, we're like, we're always cackling over here, being like, we're better than you. We're always going to be better than you at this. You better give up, nerd. That's not how it is. We just want to play the function of this game. We find this one particular small area and function in these games to be super fun, and and so we're going to participate in it. We're going to do it. Now, if I will not say that there are not invaders that are just going to be out there trying to grief you. But, again, I've mentioned this before. A million people have mentioned this in the past. If you in Elden Ring are a co-op or a host, and you hide behind an overleveled phantom the entire time, and then when, you know, a normal leveled invader, because he's tiered to your level, gets killed by, you know, your double Vikes level 500 friend who's chilling there with you in chat, and you both teabag that invader, and the next time that invader comes in and beats both of you and teabags you, you can't be surprised that that happened. You can't be upset because you're the one that started it. If the invader started that and did that to you, yeah, that's fair. Case in point here is this invasion. With its clearly normally leveled summon here, not over leveled at all, with full bull goats and 2 of the black blades, or is it black blade of Malekith? Whatever. You know I don't know weapon names. It's fine. But again, you know, I'm going on a huge tangent here. This is just way off the cuff. But anyway, again, as I was saying, you cannot be surprised in Elden Ring or any type of games like this if these communities, if you act a certain way towards people and you get that same response back, and you're the one that started it, you know, that's on you. You had every opportunity, you know, just be like, oh well, I didn't love invasions, I didn't love that invasion, kind of annoying, but it's done now. Like, you probably will not get invaded by that person again in the near future. And if you do, well, then, you know, you can try to play the game offline if you want to, or just, you know, try to beat the boss on your own. But again, you know, it's balanced. Like, look at this guy. Yes, I have more experience than these 2 players by far, but with, you know, the host throwing Bolt of Ransacs in the background, and this overleveled Phantom with me, I am clearly at a disadvantage here. You have every advantage in this game to beat me. And so if you beat me in this, you could just be like, okay, you know, move on, whatever, that was annoying, but we're moving on, we're going to keep going. But obviously, do you think that these 2 people at the end of this are going to not teabag me? Which kind of ties into what I originally wanted to discuss in this video, although I have gone really off the cuff on this, and it's not exactly close to what I wanted to discuss. Basically, I was trying to say that, you know, with playing Liza P and all these other stuff, like demo-wise and just other games, I had been taking a nice little vacation from Elden Ring, and I had stepped back in, and the first, like, day or so I came back, well, let me start back a little bit. I watched Rofo the Germ's video about his level 80 invader, the Blue Blood Tinge one, which, if you don't understand what I mean by Blue Blood Tinge, you can just watch his videos and check it out. They're very good. Rofo the Germ is a great YouTuber. And also Saint was talking about his level 80 invader recently in the level 80 invasion range. And I was like, well, a lot of my invaders are level 70-ish, but I do have partnered Pro that's level 85. I'll jump back in and play with him and make a video about him because I haven't touched him in a while. Obviously here you can see he just uses sacred damage, great swords, and his primary thing, although you'll see me use the clean rod sword once one invasion in this, so I apologize for using that, but is the S-Dock, because it has that really cool slash R2 that can catch multiple people, and I'm using that to try to chain into, it's a pseudo combo, it's not an actual true combo, but chain that into impaling thrust with it. Again, I'm sorry, I'm off on a tangent talking about stuff, but I was like, I came back, the first day I came back, I was like, well, let me see what it's like now. There's even less people playing Elden Ring. Let's see what the community is like right now, what invasions are like. The first day, like here, I kept getting Tarnished Tongue invasions. I was like, holy crap, this is great. Like, I'm getting multiple Tarnished Tongue invasions and having a great time. I came across like 3 or 4 unintentionally. I was not looking for them, and I was having a great time. But then, of course, the next days rolled in that I was playing it, capturing footage, and same thing came back. Overleveled phantoms, teabagging, like just the whole shebang. Like just like the most toxic parts of the community, the most toxic parts of invasions were there again. And I'm just like, wow, okay, no, it hasn't changed that much. I don't know. I don't really have a huge point for this video. I just love, again, I wanted to make a video. I'm missing making videos, and I enjoy making the content, and I wanted to play with the partner Crow because he's very, very fun. But I guess the whole point is, you know, I'm always kind of hoping in the back of my head that we will get to a point where we don't, you know, the community just kind of accepts that invasions are a part of this game, and we all just kind of get over complaining about it. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be toxic to you as a host in a fandom. I just want to invade. I enjoy this piece of the game. And I kind of get that it is thrust upon you, but it comes back to the same mechanics that have always been a thing in Dark Souls. You can't be surprised by this. It's been in every game since the inception, since Demon Souls. If you have an invader, or if you have an advantage that you get that increases your health, like the Embers in Dark Souls 3, if you summon a bunch of people to help you out, you have made the game easier. And in Souls games, the whole point is for these to not be easy. It is supposed to be a challenge. You're supposed to feel like you have accomplished something when you beat these things. And if you summon in someone who's already beaten the game, who's way over leveled for your area, and you can just sit in the bat and cast magic, while your friend who's way over leveled tanks the boss up in front, you can do that. You can play the game that way, and it's okay. But the game says, okay, this is now unbalanced. Let us bring in something that will balance this out and make it a little more difficult again. And boom, you have an invader. And if you don't agree with that mechanic and you don't like it, I understand. I get it. But complaining about it makes no sense because it has been a thing for forever. This is what these games are. This is how they are. But, From Software is making games that don't have invasions and mechanics in it. Sekiro is an example. But again, you can't summon friends in Sekiro. You have to beat that game all on your own. And, it had its own complaints, like it's, there's no easy mode. There's a mode that made it harder, but there's no easy mode. Like the second day I came back to invading, I had killed a host and a phantom and was just kind of going back to the world, and I got a message immediately. It was just the most basic message you could expect as an invader in this game, and it was just something akin to, do you have any hobbies? And I knew what this person was going to say. Like, I could see the whole chain of responses and comments in my head play out without even responding to him. And I did respond to him. I was just like, what are my hobbies? Playing Elden Ring. What are your hobbies? Like this is the game. And, I don't intuitively reach out to people, even if I come across a super mean gang, that teabags me in the end. I'm not reaching out to people, responding, being like, hey man, do you have a hobby? Do you play this game? 1v1 me, bro. Like, no, I don't care that much. It is a fucking video game. It is a fucking video game. Look at that. Look at that phantom hit distance there with the Vike Spear. Look at that. I could send him a message about that right now, but I'm not going to because it's a game. It is a game. If you respond to somebody for losing a game, you send them a message, say, do you have any hobbies? You have already lost. You have shown me that you care far too much about this already, and you in real life have taken personal offense and taken this loss as a personal hit to your own pride. It has affected you in real life as a person. And, if you're at that point, like, I don't know what to tell you. Play a different game, or just don't care as much. Just don't care as much. It's a game. It is a game. We're all playing this to have fun in different ways. I'm sorry that you feel like I've inconvenienced you, but again, you're playing Elden Ring, and you have heard since you were a child that this is how Dark Souls is. This is how Souls is. This is the type of games From Software makes. You know what you're stepping into, and I'm not the first invader you've come across. And I'm sorry if you come across some bad invaders in the past. It's gonna happen. It's all part of the community. I have too. I have been invaded by try-hard, really, really, really annoying invaders. I shrug it off because I understand as an invader that you're gonna come across people like that sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that all tryhards are the same. There's some fun tryhards and there's some not so fun tryhards. But again, I don't take it personally. It is a fun game. It is a game. It is a game. What is this video about? I'm gonna get some comments in this video about this. I'll get some support, but I also will get a lot of people being like, "You're just out of touch." Look at this really cool Flame of Frenzy hit from up top. That was well done. That was well done. Anyway, I've just rambled. What am I even talking about in this video? I started talking about Liza P with a Liza P intro, and this has devolved into a Reddit rant. An invader Reddit rant. Like, we need more of those right now. God, Reddit is a shit show right now. Everything's a shit show. But, whatever, that's fine. This is, I guess I'm in the ranting Brendan phase again. And like my Brendan arc. I don't need to explain Brendan. It's just a weird... I have so many weird names on this. Rendon, Brendan, what does Rofo call me? What is this thing? Rendaniel, that's what it is. Whatever. Anyway, this was fun to make. I enjoy ranting. It's been fun to relieve and get the burden off my chest of this. Now I can go on vacation and and feel like I don't have to think about Elden Ring for a little bit of time. Anyway, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't, I'm sorry. You know. And again, you know, if you haven't, maybe subscribe. Or if you hate me now, just unsubscribe. That's fine. I am, you know, these videos are going to be what they're going to be. But for all of you who care, I love you. And I hope you have a good weekend. Peace.